Good morning, friends. Will everyone please rise as we welcome Salem Police Department's Honor Guard for the posting of the colors.
Honor Guard, uniform personnel, freeze and arms.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all.
Order, arms. Ready, face. Forward, arms.
Thank you, everyone. You may be seated. Next, it is my privilege to introduce Chaplain Preston. Fred, wife Jennifer, and two daughters moved to the Salem area in 2002 from Colorado. During that time, he's been involved in a variety of jobs, including missions work, youth pastor, and for the last 13 years, he's been a hospice chaplain and in support of law enforcement, fire, and EMT professionals. Before Salem Health claimed him full-time, he provided support to patrol, admin staff, doing ride-alongs, and participating in notifications and briefings. Although not as active recently, Fred continues to attend special events at the department and keeps in contact with some of our retired officers. Please take a moment to welcome Fred for this morning's invocation.
Thank you. Would you please join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, we have gathered here today in unity to support our Salem Police Department. We thank you for your faithfulness to them. We thank you for your protection upon them, Lord. We know that they have a difficult job, and they put their lives on the line every day to protect our community. We thank you for the support of their families. We thank you for all that you do in their lives, and we pray that you will be with them. Our officers are brave. They sacrifice their time, they leave their families, and they put their own lives in danger to protect and care for our community. Today we come together to support them in providing the tools and resources for them to continue to do their jobs with excellence and continue to protect our community. We ask that you would bless the efforts today. We ask you would bless our officers and protect them. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Chaplain Preston. Good morning, everyone. I am Lori Haroldson, a Salem resident, a local business owner, and honored to serve as the current president of the Salem Police Foundation. Along with my fellow board members, we would like to welcome you to our signature annual fundraising event, Breakfast with the Chief. To start, I would ask that any current and retired law enforcement individuals please stand. We thank you. The Salem Police Foundation is dedicated to our mission of enhancing public safety by supporting the Salem Police Department, the department staff, and ultimately the community. From the bottom of my heart, I want to extend a gracious thank you to each of you in this room. What a truly amazing show of support. This year's presenting sponsor is Advantage Heating and Air Conditioning. We're very grateful for your investment. We will have the opportunity to hear from Dan at Advantage in just a few minutes. But next, I would like to recognize our sponsors. Our VIP Bomb Squad sponsors, Grove Mueller Swank and Red W, and Withnell Motor Company. Our VIP SWAT sponsors, Cherry City Metals and Pioneer Trust Bank. Our Mobile Command sponsors, Dutch Bros, Harness Media, KSLM Radio, Magoo's, Salem Health, and Wallery's Pizza. Next, a big thank you to our CSI level sponsors and our patrol officer sponsors. These sponsorships ensure that 100% of the donations made go directly towards supporting the efforts of the Salem Police Foundation. Thank you, sponsors and regular sustainers, for your generosity and investment. Finally, I would like to recognize our dedicated, all-volunteer board of directors who 100% support the vision and mission of the Salem Police Foundation. Board members, would you please stand and be recognized? At this time, if you will permit me, I would like to share a brief synopsis of what Salem Police Foundation was able to accomplish in 2023. Thank you to our donors. If you were here last year, you may remember that we put out a bold ask to help us literally shield each of our officers with ceramic vest plates that would seriously upgrade their protection, shielding them from the worst of offenders. With a cost of over $400 per plate, our community's donations did not disappoint. We are thrilled to report that we wrote a check for every single officer to have this protection to a tune of over $68,000. And thank you, because we couldn't have done that without your support. Additionally, the foundation was pleased to provide almost twice the amount of support in '23 than the prior year when it comes to the Jerry Moore Scholarship Program that we put in place in honor of our retired Police Chief Jerry Moore. All of the 2023 recipients had excellent academic records that showed growth, school and community involvement, and outstanding achievements. The foundation is committed to this annual effort that supports college-bound students who are children of active or retired Salem Police Department employees, or they are a child of the 911 Communications Center employee, a Salem Police Department cadet, or who is a participant in one of the police department's youth programs, such as the Guardians. And speaking of the Guardian program, in '23, the foundation supported the program through the purchase of sports equipment for the youth living in a managed homeless camp, which serves struggling families. If you recall, the Guardians program is an opportunity for our officers to engage with the youth of our community through sports and outdoor activities. But it is truly more than fun and games. The sports activities help officers interact with, motivate, and build relationships with children, as well as the teens in our community who may be in disadvantaged situations. And now for the canine unit. Thanks to a Salem family donation, the foundation was able to respond to the request to add a second bloodhound to the canine unit for the purpose of tracking missing persons. Officer Johnny Whitaker and Canine Trusty hit the road together in March of 2023. Within days of his first assignment, Trusty located his first suspect who had fled from police but was located hiding in an alley. Trusty has grown both in size and experience now that the nearly 2-year-old bloodhound reaches his 1-year anniversary as a police dog. He has completed more than 2,300 training hours with his handler, located 3 lost people, and tracked down 10 suspects. And since a picture won't do a justice of Trusty, we had to bring him here for everyone this morning. Yes, folks, look at those floppy 13-inch long ears. They help to funnel the odor of his nose while he is tracking. That and his eager personality make him and Officer Whitaker a true benefit to the community. With Trusty having joined the Salem Police Canine Unit, the department now has 6 police dogs, 2 German Shepherds, 2 Belgian Malinois, and 2 bloodhounds. 4 of the dogs focus on the apprehension of suspects, and 2 on their tracking capacity for lost individuals, but also fleeing suspects. In 2023 and years prior, your generosity assisted in the purchase of each dog, as well as provided for the essential training for the dog and handler to safeguard our city, an effort which otherwise would further burden the already strained police department budget. Thank you for being here. And for a few more miscellaneous items made possible by the foundation through our regular sustainers. 360-degree scene lights were made possible due to a local individual who learned about the need. These 2 standing lights will come in especially handy for critical incidents, especially during graveyard shifts. As a recruiting tool, the foundation recently started reimbursing the testing costs for all new recruits who end up getting hired as entry-level officers. And the foundation board members were thrilled to invite the entire department and their family members to an all-employee barbecue. Food and activities were provided for family members of all ages, and even though it was raining on this late summer day, a good time was had by all. At the holiday times, we all know that the department has been involved in toy drives for ages and ages. And again in 2023, the Police Foundation received a gift from the Salem Health Foundation, and our foundation matched their donation for spending close to $1,500 to buy toys to be donated to the department's toy drive. So again, I say we simply cannot make any of this happen without our community partnerships. To each individual, family, business, organization, and local nonprofit, from our hearts, we thank you for your support of the Salem Police Foundation and ultimately our community as a whole. Now to hear from our presenting sponsor, Dan Summers of Advantage Heating and Air Conditioning, whose investment is launching us toward our 2024 efforts. Dan has been a resident of the Willamette Valley for 57 years. He is committed to forwarding the purpose of many organizations in our area who support the well-being of our community, such as the Salem Fire Foundation, Salem Dream Center, Partnerships in Community Living, and Hoopla. Dan has also been involved internationally. For the past 5 years, he's worked with Connection Life Ministries International to help construct wells in parts of Africa without clean drinking water. In the current socio-political environment, the Salem Police Foundation is happy to be one of the organizations you support. Thank you. Actually, let me get my notes because I'm running.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. Wow, when you get up here, you have everything memorized, you know, and it's gone. I think I forgot my name. So I'm going to start there. My name is Dan Summers, and I'm with Advantage Heating and Air Conditioning, and I am truly honored to support the Salem Police Foundation. I want to thank the Salem Police Foundation for holding to their mission and vision, supporting the men and women of the Salem Police Department. The work they do truly benefits our officers and in turn benefits our community. And I also want to thank Police Chief Trevor Womack for his dedication, his hard work, leading our police force. That's got to be a monumental achievement. Chief, you've demonstrated time and time again that you and the men and women of this police department are ready and willing to step up for the residents of Salem. I look forward to your continued leadership. I'm excited to hear from you this morning. I know we're going to hear about where the department's headed and how it all ties in to the safety and support of our officers. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our city's police chief, Trevor Womack.
Thank you, Dan. Good morning, everyone. Wow, I've been looking forward to this for a while. This is a good-sized breakfast to have with everyone. You know, each new year is a time to reflect a little bit about what we accomplished or what we've just been through the past year, and also where we're headed in the new year. And I've been thinking a lot about that since the start of this new year in 2024. So much has happened since we last shared breakfast together. There was so much that we could have talked about this morning. As an agency, we've made good progress in many areas, despite some lingering and some new developing challenges that we're dealing with. And when I reflected upon that, how does our department continue to just move this agency forward in the right ways despite or in spite of every challenge that comes forward? Three things came to mind. And first and foremost, it's our people. It's our people. We have an amazing team comprising men and women of high competence and character, and they're a dedicated and caring bunch for sure. I'm proud of their work every day. I get to see it, and they serve this community extremely well. Second, we have a shared understanding, a good shared understanding of our mission at the Salem Police Department, our mission statement. And that keeps us laser focused on providing the best service that we possibly can to keep everyone safe while also focusing on trust. And third, we have a plan. We have a solid plan. We know where we're going. And that strategic plan helps us make priority decisions with our limited resources so that we can make measurable progress on what matters most. It keeps us focused. So as I thought about why we keep moving forward successfully and overcoming challenges, for me it was about our people, our mission, and our plan. So speaking of people, starting there, we have here with us today in the audience, a lot of it at your tables, almost our entire command staff for the Salem Police Department. These are our deputy chiefs, our lieutenants, our top non-sworn professional staff managers. So this is the upper leadership of the Salem Police Department we have here. And I just wanted to take a moment to say thanks to them. This is a team that we rely on a lot to move the agency forward and overcome challenges. And I really appreciate their leadership. So thanks to all of you. And speaking of leadership, when I was reflecting about this past year, all that we've been through and the major changes we've had, one of the most significant changes for me personally as a chief in our department was the installation of a completely new executive leadership team. So we have 3 divisions within the police department, each headed by a deputy chief of police. In the corporate sense, they're the vice presidents of the company, so to speak. And so here with us today, we have our 3 VPs. We have a VP of Field Operations, which is Patrol. That's Trevin Upkees. We have a VP of Investigations Divisions. That's Jake Burke. And we have our VP of Support Services Division, Brandon Ditto. And so I just want to thank Jake, Brandon, who else? Trevin, I almost forgot one. Yeah. Sorry, Trevin. You're right here, too. I want to thank all 3 of them for stepping up, just in the past year, stepping up and stepping into these higher leadership roles. And I appreciate them very much. They're my core leadership team, and I couldn't effectively lead the department without their full support, and I know they have that. So thank you, guys. And the change is just continuing because we already have another top leadership change underway. Jake Burke's going to be retiring soon, in 2 weeks, I think, actually. And so behind him, I will promote Lieutenant Debbie Aguilar, who's here with us this morning also, to Deputy Chief. So she'll be another valued member of my executive team, and I look forward to working with her too. So quickly, I just want to thank Jake for his many years of service with the Salem Police Department and our community, and also congratulate Debbie for her upcoming promotion to Deputy Chief. Yeah. Another change that we made within the organization this past year was the creation of a Strategic Initiatives Manager position. This is new. It's a first for our department. This position better supports all of our strategic communications and helps us to better manage our strategic initiatives and our strategic plan. So another long-serving qualified member of our department who couldn't be here this morning, Angela Hedrick, was promoted to that position last year. So I also want to thank Angie for the work she does for me as the chief and our department in this community. So thank you, Angie. Now let's talk about the past year, 2 years actually, the progress we've made, especially as it's related to our plan. This is the 3rd and final year of our first strategic plan, and so we're focused this year on finishing strong in every area of the plan. We have 3 priority areas: safety, legitimacy, and excellence. So I want to reflect a bit on the progress made, the momentum gained by our team, and where we're headed. At its core, policing is about safety. The safety of our community and our staff is paramount, and our plan has us focused on improving safety for residents and police employees alike. So just some quick examples. Improving community safety demands collaboration, so we've been focusing on building new and strengthening some of our existing partnerships. One objective in our plan emphasizes the collaboration that's required to address the public health and safety issues associated with homelessness in our community. The city and the police department together recently added a dedicated team to manage and mitigate some of the issues associated with our unmanaged encampments in our community. And we also began hosting and convening service provider meetings at our facility with many of our partner agencies that do outreach and efforts in the community with our homeless population. And so that process has allowed us to forge some very strong relationships, making us all more effective in our collective efforts. Another objective in our plan related to safety is traffic safety. We heard from our community loud and clear as we were building our strategic plan. That's an area of importance for our community. We face some staffing challenges there. Our traffic team is running very thin, so seeking outside support has been more important than ever, and that includes things like grants. We've always had traffic grants with Salem, but we continue to pursue and successfully receive grants related to distracted driving. Dan, texting and driving. He just told me a story about that, yeah. Drunk and drugged driving, seatbelt use, child seat use, pedestrian safety, and speeding. For goodness sake, let's just slow down. Our traffic team's working very hard in support of these grants to address those issues. Again, this team is in desperate need of expansion, but they never give up on that mission that I talked about. They're doing great work. And we can't keep our community safe unless we keep our staff safe. So that means for us, they need to be well-trained, well-equipped, and physically, mentally, and emotionally healthy. So employee safety is a top focus as well. Our plan keeps us focused there through our employee wellness programming. which includes peer support. We have a robust peer support team. Our chaplains, thank you, chaplain, for this morning and all you do. Our Comfort Canine, Bridget, a popular addition provided by the Salem Police Foundation, actually. Our contracted police psychologists, and a physical fitness program that we have at the department in our new facility, which has a nice workout room as well. So we surround our officers and professional staff with support so they can in turn support our community. Police legitimacy too is crucial to law enforcement, as it means people have trust and confidence in their police, and they willingly accept police authority. So we simply cannot be our best without the trust and confidence of our entire community, and we never take that for granted. We're working hard in this area too. One way our plan has us structuring the entire organization around these ideas of trust involves increased transparency and accountability for the organization. An example is our first ever body-worn camera program. It's now been implemented fully for an entire year. After that first year, the program has already increased the quality of our criminal investigations. It's drastically reduced formal complaints against our police officers, which is a good thing. And it's provided us new and valuable training tools as an agency also. So video from our body-worn cameras and our in-car cameras provides accountability on both sides of that lens, which can only be positive, and it adds a new layer of transparency to the work we do as well, which serves trust and legitimacy. We're also conducting a complete review. There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes, and a lot of it has to do with the command team that I have here in the room with me. We're doing a complete review of our over 180 policies and directives. These are our guiding documents as an agency, the rules we follow. The update process will ensure all policies reflect current laws, best practices, and all of our agency accreditation standards. The project will finally, it's been a long time coming, it's a lot of work. After hundreds of hours of staff work, the project will culminate this year with the public posting of all of our new updated policies online on our transparency portal. George, I see you. Thank you for being here. Yeah. This is a first for Salem too, and posting our policies online in this way, making them readily accessible to the public, adds another layer of accountability and transparency to the organization. And finally, we're just sharing more information than ever, especially during through social media. So if you're not already paying attention, take a look at Nextdoor, Instagram, Facebook, follow us there, and watch for our new Shift Commander reports that we started issuing once or twice a week. These provide summaries of the significant incidents that are happening on a weekly basis and the good work that our officers are doing to keep our community safe. And finally, our pursuit of excellence demands that we be forward-thinking, agile, and responsive to our ever-changing environment, and it is an ever-changing environment. So pursuing excellence for us, one example, is that includes hiring a highly qualified and diverse workforce. It's been especially important during this time of high attrition in law enforcement and decreased career interest, something being experienced not just here in Oregon, but across this entire country. Our recruiting team stepped up and is meeting this challenge, hiring above average numbers of new officers each year. So they hired 15 cops in 2022, 18 in 2023. We've hired 5 already this year with 3 more on board coming soon. So we're on track to meet our goal of 20 new police officers this year in 2024. We've got that hiring engine firing on all cylinders at this point. It's kept pace with attrition and now has us gaining positive ground, bringing us back in line with a more standard and manageable vacancy rate for our department. So we're emerging from this intense challenge with a renewed sense of optimism and energy. And that energy is coming in a lot from the new people we've hired, our new employees. They also bring more diversity of thought, perspective, and lived experience. Also part of our strategic plan under excellence. By signing on to the 30-30 pledge, we joined a nationwide network of law enforcement agencies that are committed to having 30% of their sworn ranks women police officers by 2030. So 30-30, excuse me. We're making excellent progress in this area, having more than doubled the amount of full-time women police officers in our department since 2020. That's good. These are just a few examples of the progress being made. There's so many more. I just don't have time to talk about it all this morning. But we have growing momentum, and it's because of our Salem Police Department staff and the good work they're doing. And what impresses me most about the progress and momentum gained as we finish this third and final year of our first strategic plan is that our staff accomplished so much in the face of continual change and challenges within the department. That speaks to the culture of our organization. It speaks to the heart of our people and their competence, character, and dedication to the city of Salem. So all the praise and accolades here belong to those out doing the work. Let's show appreciation for them, give them their due, but always remember they're just human beings like the rest of us. They make occasional mistakes. They get tired and burned out. They have families and personal lives to attend to, and their jobs are dangerous, very dangerous, and exceptionally challenging. And we talk about challenges. I'm going to touch on a couple now because we have some new ones this year that are fairly significant, related to our city budget and the increasing violence we're experiencing in our community. Money and crime, these are weighty issues for sure, big challenges for us and the city. Salem is facing a significant budget shortfall. Our total general fund is projected to be at least $15 million in the red by June of 2026. It's right at our doorstep. And we can't talk about money without talking about people. For city budgets, money means people. It means our employees. Our 250 police employees comprise 80% of my budget. So when funds run short and big reductions have to be made, it's staffing, it's people that get cut. There are only two ways for a city to correct a budget deficit this large. It's increase revenue or cut service, which means people. Increase revenue or cut positions. So solving this general fund deficit is critical to maintaining our police staffing levels. The frightening part for me out of all this whole situation is that we're already an understaffed police department. Our staffing situation is something I've been speaking openly and frankly about for 3 years now. It's not a secret. It's not new. Almost any chief will say they could use more cops, I'm sure. But for us, this need has been confirmed through outside independent analyses. Our most recent staffing analysis indicated we need about 60 more police officers for the Salem Police Department. So we need more cops, not less. How did we get to this point anyway, to where we're understaffed? It's that story of death by 1,000 cuts that you might have heard me talk about before. Over the past 15 years, costs have just outpaced revenues, meaning police staffing has simply not kept pace with our population growth and our increased service demands. This has everything to do with the structural revenue problem here in Oregon, affecting all cities, not just Salem. So the result, per capita, we have fewer police officers today than we did in 2008, 15 years ago. That decline has required the slow and steady pulling back from specialty assignments and proactive work to staff our core emergency function, 911 response on patrol. So in effect, we've been cutting service levels at the police department all along. Death by 1,000 cuts. And now we're about to take another giant step backward. The mayor and the city councilors, and I've seen several city councilors here today, so thank you for being here. They've acknowledged this problem. They've taken action. They've actually approved quite a few new police positions over the past 3 years, which is a good thing. We were taking steps in the right direction. But we're now all just running up against this brick wall of a funding deficit, and we're being forced to step back. The cuts are already happening. This isn't far off in the future. They're already happening. We just lost 5 police positions 2 weeks ago in a mid-year budget adjustment for our department. This July, for the new fiscal year, just 5 months from now, we stand to lose one of our 2 graffiti abatement technician positions, half the team. The real hit, though, is looming large for the following budget year. July 2025 is just 15 months away. Without new or redirected revenues, we stand to lose 12 more police positions, which would cut $2.4 million from the budget. Now, cuts of that size cannot be hidden any longer, and the associated workload can't simply be absorbed by existing staff. Doing more with less ends at that point, requiring a shuttering of several specialized units. We'll have to have the wholesale shutdown of some teams. Things like our downtown bikes, our homeless services team, and a team of detectives focused on shootings. Ultimately, though, It's all of you. It's our community that will make these decisions. You'll decide what happens. Our community will tell us which services as a city are most important, which should be reduced or which should be increased, maybe some which should be just cut altogether. One way or the other, that'll bring clarity to the situation. And then city leaders like myself will get busy making the decisions we have to make and the adjustments we need to make to ensure that we're still providing superior service, keep Salem safe while enhancing trust. That's our mission statement. That's what we do. That's what we'll keep doing. This is also not the time to reduce police staffing because of a second challenge I'm going to mention. It's the rise in violence in our community. This is not a new problem either. I've been speaking openly and frankly about that for 3 years too. So violent crime in our city has been on the rise for 10 years. Our violent crime rate increased by over 50% since 2014. This is primarily being driven by serious physical assaults, things like shootings and stabbings, people being physically injured. So we have no choice as a police department and myself as a chief, but to prioritize this violent crime issue above all else. It's drawing more of our resources and more of our attention. This year, we are introducing a Community Violence Reduction Initiative, CVRI, focused squarely on reducing fatal and non-fatal shootings. So the first step was just to understand the problem very well. The resulting shooting analysis report that we have now, it's posted on our transparency portal. I would encourage everyone to take a look. It contains all of that data. Fatal and non-fatal injury shootings in Salem have doubled since 2018. We know most occur in a very small area of our community, about 5 square miles. It's only 11% of our total area. And we much better understand who is at highest risk of being involved in a shooting. So now we must build effective strategies from that data that include our criminal justice system partners. I see many of them here. District Attorney Paige Clarkson, thank you. I know Sheriff Nick Hunter from Marion County is here. Thank you, sir. Close collaboration already exists there. And our community. We need community-based prevention and intervention efforts as well. We need both of those things together on this problem. So that conversation begins in earnest in 2 weeks at our CVRI kickoff meeting, Wednesday, March 6th, 6 p.m. at the East Salem Community Center. Wednesday, March 6th, East Salem Community Center. I highly encourage everyone to attend that violence reduction meeting. I also highly encourage everyone to pay attention and stay engaged in the conversations about our city budget that are occurring now, because we're all in this together. Public safety is community safety, and these are big challenges that we can only overcome together as a community. So we're in this together. So it's our people, our mission, and our plan that have kept us moving forward despite all challenges. I'm confident we'll finish this year strong with our plan. We'll meet, including meeting and overcoming these new challenges as well. And I'm extra hopeful because of the strong support that I and we see and feel from this community all the time. This is an amazing community. I'm so proud to serve here as the police chief. That's all of you, of course, and that's the foundation as well. And the foundation has always supported our efforts for 13 years, maybe 14. For 13 years now, the Salem Police Foundation has supported our people, our mission, and our plan also. Their purchase of the body armor that we just mentioned last year directly supported officer safety in the field. The virtual training simulator that they purchased for us in our new facility, very fancy, expensive, helps officers improve their use of force decision-making skills, their de-escalation skills. So that serves to increase our legitimacy as an organization. And the ginormous, yes, that's a word. It really is, I looked it up now. The ginormous mobile command vehicle the foundation helped us to purchase that we use out in the field regularly to manage major critical incidents, complex crime scenes and such, helps us do our job better. It contributes to our pursuit of excellence, makes us more effective and professional. So whether you've been coming to these breakfasts for years or whether this is your first, you can see that the foundation has provided the department with extra support needed to serve our community in the best ways possible. Given the challenges I just described, we'll need the support even more. So thank you all again for being here. And thank you to the Salem Police Foundation board members for your continued support of our people and our mission and our plan. Thank you very much.
latest and greatest in bomb removal equipment. Project 659. With its large, robust, compact size of 12 feet in length, this bomb trailer can carry everything you need, featuring ample storage for ropes, screwdrivers, wrenches, a shovel, and modern 1950s-looking spacesuit-style motorcycle helmets. Just the right balance of size for the modern family vehicle to pull out to the bomb range. The double heavy axles with solid suspension is always a plus, along with its 6-ply tires and electric brakes. Project 659's cutting-edge system allows the user to pull a rope attached to the 85-pound bomb basket containing a bomb towards them and into the trailer using the state-of-the-art rope guide through the legendary 1.5-inch pipe in the center of the trailer. The back of the trailer also features a gate supported by a bomb-resistant 3/8-inch aircraft cable that can open and close by a manual remote tailgate winch at the front of the trailer. 6 inches of sand, 2-inch oak liner, and locking lug strikes are also standard amenities. Project 659 has so many ridiculous conveniences, but we can't forget to mention it also boasts a spare tire, just in case that's your biggest worry. And it's available in our tactical baby blue color. Project 659. Order yours now. At this day and age, it's hard to believe what you just saw was state-of-the-art equipment for safely removing bombs over 50 years ago. It was the first generation of bomb squad vehicle for the Salem Police Department and served the team well until technology, tactics, and equipment outpaced the bomb trailer, leading to the next generation of vehicle. Just like the fate of Project 659, our current truck, 5406, is at the end of its useful lifespan. Being designed, built, and put into service in 2004, nobody at the time could imagine what the needs would be 20 years later, nor did they expect its service life to last this long. When compared to the new generation of bomb truck, 5406 is looking more and more like Project 659 to the new generation of officers, as it becomes obsolete in front of our eyes, not to mention the costly upkeep for an outdated vehicle. You can see the space is cramped, and needed equipment blocks the work areas. Storage space for modern-day equipment is at a premium because of the outdated, non-functional design, making organization and access difficult. The new generation of truck is built for the future. Using essentially the same box size on previous generations, the design lends to more usable and organized space in the same square footage. Replacing removable ramps that take up space with an integrated system, moving the back door location to the rear side, not having the robot stored blocking the only usable door for human entry at the front of the truck, makes it usable for both robot and human while still having a trailer in tow. Accessible see-through storage spaces are easily organized and designed for current and future technology. Modern generators using the same fuel as the truck are installed for ease and efficiency. Telescoping technology for remote apparatus, utilization of roof space for equipment, and external monitors free up workspace inside the truck. High-tech, behind-the-scenes safety features are also built into the design. Being a bomb technician is risky, but having updated training, technology, and equipment helps reduce some of the risk not only for the bomb techs, but for our community. In 1972, Salem police officers wrote a proposal for the first bomb vehicle, later dubbed Project 659, which said this: the need for a well-trained, suitably equipped bomb disposal unit which would be able to respond to bomb threats and handle all types of explosives. 52 years later, that need is still relevant, maybe now more than ever. Our bomb techs have the training, but let's help them be suitably equipped to handle calls safely and appropriately. It's time for a new generation of bomb truck for the Salem Police Bomb Squad.
Good morning. I'm Deputy Chief Trevin Upkeys. I have the Field Operations Division, and I'm lucky enough to have our bomb squad within my division. Real quick, fun fact, all of our patrol cars used to be that same tactical baby blue. So I don't know if that was just a style thing or a budget thing, but I'm kind of glad we've moved away to the black and whites. Also, I kind of want to reflect back on those bomb squad members. I think they must all be cut of the same cloth, because what kind of fortitude do they have to put on that space helmet and use a taped together broom to try and defuse a bomb? It's pretty crazy. So at this point, you're probably thinking that having a bomb squad is a fascinating and necessary for a police department. But do we really need a new bomb truck? I'm going to ruin the suspense. Yes, we do. With that out of the way, let's chat about bomb squads, and in particular, your Salem Police Bomb Squad. We all know of infamous bombing incidents that have occurred in most of our lifetimes. Oklahoma City, the Unabomber, and the Boston Marathon bombing, just to name a few. While these made national headlines and were seared into our collective consciousness, Salem too has experienced some notable and terrible incidences. First, in 2007, a Sweet Home man decided to make pipe bombs and attach them under random citizens' cars. He was looking to do that because he wanted to blow up his ex-wife's car and make it look like it was a random bombing. Luckily, none of the devices worked. Our team was called out. They defused and, as I like to say, they defused those bombs. And then eventually we were able to track down that suspect, go down to his place and arrest him. And then also they had to take about another 2 days defusing all the other bombs or rendering them safe that he had started to build because he was going to continue that campaign. Another incident on a terrible snowy night in 2008, Senior Trooper William McKean and Woodburn Police Captain Tom Tennant were killed by a bomb at a Woodburn bank. I particularly remember getting a call from one of our bomb squad members as they were rolling Code 3 up there, telling me about this terrible incident. Our team was up there. They were integral to that investigation, working on post-blast and also working to collect evidence that eventually led to the conviction of the father-son duo in their failed robbery attempt. In 2009, a guy living in his mom's attic decided to take up a dangerous hobby in the basement. So he's up a little bit higher. Unfortunately for all of us, his hobby wasn't video games. It was actually making chemical explosives. And one day while he was trying to make a bomb, he ended up blowing his hand off. We went to the scene, and our bomb squad had to take a number of days, almost a whole week, clearing out that basement while wearing 100-pound bomb suits. Unfortunately, he had made enough of this highly volatile explosive chemical that he could have blown up his entire house and maybe damaged a few houses in the neighborhood as well. Finally, some of you in the audience may have been at the scene of this incident. An emotionally disturbed person came into the Salem Health Emergency Department and produced a hoax device. Well, not at the time. He produced a device, claimed it was a bomb, and set it on a counter. Of course, the ED had to be evacuated. Our bomb team came in, worked their magic, extracted the device, rendered it safe. Luckily, it was a hoax device. But without our team being there, vital emergency services could not have been provided or maintained during that time. Our team consists of 4 bomb technicians and 2 assistants. Due to the skill of our team and the number of incidents that they respond to, the FBI, who is in charge of all bomb teams in the nation, has offered to expand our team by 2 more technicians. Bomb techs must undergo a strenuous selection process before coming onto our team. Then they must apprentice for almost 2 years before they can attend the FBI certification course in Alabama. After that months-long certification course, they return as subject matter experts in the chemistry, physics, and electronics of explosive devices. Our bomb techs also become experts in utilizing a huge array of equipment, ranging from portable X-ray machines to $500,000 robots. Along with all that technical skill and knowledge, they must possess an amount of bravery known only by a few to strap themselves into a bomb suit and make the long walk downrange to come face to face with a device designed to injure or kill them and attempt to defuse it before it detonates. Now, why the need for a new bomb truck? As one of only 4 bomb squads in the state, we're the primary response team for the cities of Salem, Kaiser, and all of Polk County, which covers about 800 square miles and serves around 300,000 citizens. Over the life of this truck, our team has responded to almost 1,000 incidents, averaging about 50 to 70 per year. To effectively respond to all of this activity, we need a modern, safe, reliable, and effective vehicle and platform in order to store, transport, and deploy from. While our current vehicle has served us well over the last 20 years and through hundreds of call-outs, relatively it's beginning to resemble that old Project 659, or for the millennials and Gen Xers in the room, it's really the Motorola Razr of bomb trucks. We need to start to upgrade. So, because Salem and the surrounding communities are not immune from the threat and use of explosives in our public and private spaces, we need to ensure our bomb squad can safely and effectively respond to keep us all safe. When you walked up this morning, you may have been a little worried because you saw 2 bomb trucks sitting out there. Usually when I see those, I really don't go to the place that they're sitting at, and nor should you, frankly, from this day on. But thankfully, our partners at OSP, they brought their brand new bomb truck. We're always a little jealous of those guys. And they were able to bring that for comparison. So on your way out, please go down, take a look, and see and compare and get to talk to the techs, understand what they go through, why this is so important to them. And understand also that the OSP's bomb truck cost upwards of $300,000. So I think when you do take a look at that, you'll be at least intrigued, if not amazed, by the advancements in technology, design, layout, and integration in a modern, purpose-built bomb truck. I want to thank you all for coming this morning and taking time out of your busy day. And I want to thank all of our dedicated officers, including the bomb squad, for the work that they do on all of these missions. And now I'm going to turn it over to DA Paige Clarkson.
So we've heard the word challenge a lot today, and we live in a very challenging time. We've specifically heard that today, here from both our chief and our deputy chief. I remembered you, Upkeys, he's right there. We live in a very challenging place. We can all see with our own eyes the challenges around all of us, on our streets, in our schools, throughout the headlines that we can't avoid. But in spite of those challenges, I, as the district attorney, have hope. Hope for our community and hope in our Salem Police Department to be ready and able to keep us safe. And as part of the privilege of being your district attorney is that they give me a microphone. And so I get to challenge you to join me in that hope today. The 4 critical cornerstones of hope are for setting goals, seeing pathways to reach those goals, recognizing any barriers that might be in our way, and using our agency to reach those goals in spite of those barriers. That is how we have hope. And guess what you are today? You are the embodiment of my hope. Collectively, we share the goal of public safety. And one of the barriers to that public safety that you heard today is resources. But you can be the pathway to reach into your pocket and retrieve your wallet and help us attain those crucial resources. And should you see a barrier to that checkbook of yours today, well, never fear. I will simply point you to the pathway conveniently provided in the website, where you can donate online, salempolicefoundation.org. And you even have the option of your credit card or your cash right here today. We'll take all of it. Your table captains will ensure that your pathway to this goal and those clear, nice, pretty envelopes are right in front of you. See, we're already removing those barriers. And so now, as your DA, I am going to stand here hopefully and gaze down at all of you as you seize upon your individual agency to take action right now. That means like right now. Get those envelopes. And give generously to the foundation so we can successfully accomplish our common goal of public safety. You and your generous heart and your wallet give me hope for our community. And so on behalf of the Salem Police Department, Chief Womack, and the Salem Police Foundation, I say thank you for sharing that hope this morning. And we hope you all have a safe and fabulous day.